Hey guys, how you doing? Steve, I'm Stephen Hart, and I wanted to have a little quick talk with my buddy Chris Wagner. It's been interesting. It's been an interesting year for bands. People are getting really creative. People have done Zoom stuff, and I played a bunch of outdoor shows with multiple bands playing outside and things. Tony Savarino, who's my buddy from eons and eons, I've known him for a very long time, a few years ago told me about this guy, Chris Wagner. He had a band called Modern Day IDOLS, and brought me in to do some shows, and everybody's had a different experience as far as the COVID plague hitting. But Chris in particular had a rough experience because we did a record together at Ducky Carlisle's place, a 7-song album. I play with a lot of different people, and I've played with a ton of bands over the years, and this record is one of my favorites I've ever done. But it just so happened that it was done, it was produced, it was duplicated, and we had a CD release show at
the Burren.
Booked.
Clamped down.
Right when everything got shut down in March. Actually, today is the 1-year anniversary of when the record went up on all the platforms.
2 days ago, but close, yeah.
2 days ago, sorry. Like a year ago,
Okay.
it went up on Bandcamp and Spotify and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, people are dealing with stuff, and hopefully when things open up, we'll be able to actually do a release show again. But I just wanted to mention that it's a really great record. I'm going to put a link to all the places where it's at. And Chris, you're originally from Pennsylvania?
I'm from Pennsylvania, Steve. Yeah.
How'd you end up in Boston?
Came here for graduate school, and I never left.
Oh wow!
But I've been here longer than I've been here in Massachusetts longer than I've lived in Pennsylvania. So it's become sort of my new home.
Yeah, and you're in Natick.
I live in Natick now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Metro West.
So Modern Day IDOLS had some history. You started it back sort of in the heyday of the Abbey Lounge sort of days.
2011, we started after an old band that I was in called Top Heavy broke up. And, put together a bunch of new songs and did a great record there too, and spent a couple of years sort of working on that. And then the folks in that project sort of went by the wayside. We all had different thoughts and things we wanted to do, and I was boning up my guitar skills with Tony. And
Tony teaches his guitar lessons.
Probably one of his worst students, but and we got to talking, and he was like, "I know some people that might be into this," and introduced me to you and Tommy Latta and Tony, of course, and it just really clicked and worked. And I thought it'd be a couple of shows, and there you go. And now it's been, I think, three and a half years, and a record, and it's been great. So.
Yeah, Tony said something really funny a couple of weeks ago. We were talking, and he said, the lifers, meaning like the guys that are all our age that were playing way back during like the Cambridge Music Complex days in the 80s, the ones that are still playing in bands, whether it's cover bands, in bars, had big success, he said the lifers all eventually end up together. And it's kind of funny because Tony and I have been in multiple bands over the years, and he used to roadie for Diver Down, which was a Van Halen tribute show I was in. And, once again, we sort of collided on this thing, and then he introduced me to Thomas Latta, who I had never played, Tommy Tulip, who I had never played with before. Tony was in Garvey J with him. Fantastic, awesome bass player. And so it was like a new guy that I met through Tony, and we did all these shows with Chris and wrote a bunch of brand new songs with that lineup, with me, Tommy, Tony, and Chris. And then there was a couple from his back catalog, one called Goodbye to Boston. Mm-hmm. And is there another one?
Don't know what it is, but I like it, yeah.
Don't know what it is, but I like it is an older song. Yeah. Okay, so
Modern Day IDOLS.
So we did 5 new ones and 2 from his back catalog at Ducky's studio. We were lucky to get it in before the pandemic hit, because it was the fall, winter of 2019 when we did it. We were lucky enough to be a band that was playing shows, so it was basically moving through the studio and just capturing the songs. They were already pretty well rehearsed. And then you guys had some fun throwing some extra icing on the cake with Tom West
Yeah, we spent some time, doing like backup vocal stuff, and then we had Tom West came in and did some keyboard stuff, and I'm trying to think if there's anybody else involved, but yeah, a lot of it was just sort of the as you put it, the icing on the cake, which
Yeah.
took longer than I thought it was going to take, but it was well worth the time. So.
Yeah, and it was my first, I know Ducky's been around forever, and I've kind of been around forever, but for some reason I had never been in the studio with him, and it was fantastic. As a drummer, I just, it's really great when a drummer is at the helm.
He's great.
So I don't have to like hold everybody at gunpoint with my finger on the kick drum fader. No, I haven't really been involved in mixes in years. It's kind of great to just sort of let it go and let people sort of that can handle it. And when a drummer's at the helm, for us drummers, it's really fun. And the drum sounds on the record I really, really love. I played Ducky's kit, which is an old Ludwig kit. Chris's songs are fantastic. It's kind of funny. I think about like all the bands I've been in, just as a player. Like if you're out there and you're a drummer and you're a guitar player, and like we all do our thing, but like it really is nothing unless there's a guy that can write songs.
Well, it helps, yeah.
Because I can't write songs. I mean, my lyrics are like, blackmail material. I think, my notebook from in high school writing lyrics. As a big Rush fan, you can probably, it's some crazy stuff, but that's not my forte. So I've been lucky enough to play with a lot of people that are like that talented songwriter guy. And Chris is definitely one of them. And the tunes are great. It's a 7-song record. It's self-titled. It's called Modern Day Idols. It's up on all the platforms. There are actually hard copy discs if you want to contact Chris and get one if you're a relic like me and you like to have a CD.
Yeah. You can, you can get them through our website, which is modernidols.com. You can get them from Bandcamp, Modern Idols Bandcamp. If you want the hard copies or T-shirts or stickers, or you even have a coffee mug, which is great. So, but otherwise, you can find it on Spotify and iTunes and wherever good music is found.
Right on. And we'll put the links in the below the video, and you can go and check it out. Right. So happy Sunday. Me and Chris just ran some acoustic stuff because we're going to do a thing for the Jungle.
Yeah, for those folks that know the Jungle, it's one of the newer venues in Cambridge over the last couple of years. They've really done a lot to try to pull the community together in the past, and then when the pandemic hit, they've done quite a lot to try to keep things going. Heather Timmons, who runs Tiny Oak Booking, is the booker there, but she's done so much for like the local community.
Yeah,
they've
absolutely.
done some fundraisers for the Midway and a couple of other clubs, and they're now going to be doing a fundraiser. They just did stage 1 for the Jungle on March 22nd, and then there are going to be a number of people playing on April 7th, which I think is a Wednesday, starting I want to say around 6 o'clock or so. I think it's 4 or 5 bands, and all the proceeds go to helping to keep the Jungle afloat and the folks that work there afloat, and it should be a good time. We'll do like a 20-minute set, so
nice,
some good nice stuff. So
cool. Right on. So go and check it out if you want to, and have a great rest of the week. And Elvis says hello, and Elvis says goodbye, and Teddy Bear Lamp says hello and goodbye too.
Yeah, we're about to leave the building.